Oh, hi there. Sorry, I'm just doing some calculations because I'm actually trying to work out how I'm actually still Burnley manager. I mean, I'm still bottom of the fucking league. Also, I'd like to thank the 106 people at the time of recording who liked the video and said that I would still get Burnley relegated even though I saved my own job. So in the last episode, we beat Crystal Palace away at Selhurst Park in the big relegation six-pointer, Nani scoring the winner. And apparently it was described as a wet evening. I mean, I didn't know my mum went to the game. Oh, she's going to kill me for that. I mean, I don't know what's more embarrassing, getting beaten at home by my Burnley team or being Alan Pardew.
I don't know, it doesn't really matter what my view is.
Yeah, I wanted just to show you the table that we have now cut the gap from 9 points to 4 points from safety. So it's going to hurt even more if we get relegated now. So I only found out a few days ago that Tom Cleviesta had been called up to the England team, but he got injured in training, which means he had to come back out of the England team. So essentially, I bought him for Burnley and got him into the England team, then took him out of the Premier League, out of the England team, then back into the Premier League, then back into the England team, just for him to get injured, and then back out of the England team again. I mean, I'm as confused as you are for that bit. I think what's more offending is that they replaced Tom Cleviesta with Theo Walcott, who now plays for Stoke. So coming up to the Bournemouth game, I was offered a striker called Kjartan... No, let's just call him after his first name. Vladar? Let's just call him John. So I was offered John just before the Bournemouth game, and I found out that he had played in the Chinese Super League last season, scored 17 goals in 28 games. I mean, if he could do it in China, he could do it in the Premier League. I then scouted him, and my scout said he would be our best striker at the club. I mean, he's better than Giroud, Danny Ings, and Sordelino put together, apparently. So why don't we go and offer him a contract? Okay, so I can't buy him because apparently I've just found out my transfer budget is £7. I mean, that's not even enough to buy a meal at Burger King. I mean, saying that, we might as well just buy a bacon double cheeseburger from Burger King because he would score more up front than Olivier Giroud would. And the double bacon cheeseburger complete his hat. Yeah, we're not signing John. So, that's a problem. We might be getting relegated. How many times do I have to keep saying we're going to get relegated? We're not going to get relegated. We're going to survive. Yeah, we couldn't beat Bournemouth, so we're going down. Yeah, and then in our next game, we ended up losing to Stoke, which means we are now 4 games from the end of the season, and I am still 4 points from safety. But, of course, once again, my Burnley team surprised me, and at home to West Ham, who have actually been playing very well, we managed to win 2-0, which means we are now 1 point from safety. And Leicester missed out on the opportunity to push themselves even further away from the relegation zone by losing away at Swansea, which means the gap between us and them is 1 point with the same number of games played. But we don't care about the league in the live com this episode because it's the FA Cup semi-final against Aston Villa. Now, the last time we were at Wembley, we scored in the 120th minute to get promoted. I'm hoping this time at Wembley we win, like, before extra time. So I was looking at the teams that Aston Villa have beaten. I mean, surprisingly, they have beaten someone. And they have beaten Wycombe Wanderers, Southampton, Yeovil and Ipswich. I mean, they were coming up against a proper team now. And we've beaten Bury, Tottenham, Cardiff and Everton. I mean, we've had the more difficult run, so we are definitely going to make the final. And the final will be played against Liverpool, the team I keep getting thrashed by, because they've just thrashed Wigan in the semi-final. Oh, fuck. But the team that we will be playing in a 4-2-3-1, very defensive formation, may I say myself. So obviously we've only got one goalkeeper, so Samir Ushkani starts in goal. And our defence is obviously Oscar Wendt, Michael Keane and Gary Cahill at centre-back, with Kieran Trippier playing on the right. It will be Mikel and Brozovic who play in front of the defence. So Stephen Neymar will play on the left wing, Maradona is on the right wing, and Tom Cleviesta plays in central midfield with Danny Ings leading the line by himself. I'll tell you what, it's great to be back at Wembley, seeing some old faces. I mean, it was only a few months ago we were in the Championship playoff final, and it was a few months ago where we were 0-0 at half time. And I'm sure we're all waiting for that moment where we score the winner in the 68th minute or something like that, and we end up going to the FA Cup final, which would be in the last episode of this series. Well, Aston Villa scored with their only highlight of the game. Well, I say their only highlight. It was the only highlight of the game. I mean, that was as anticlimactic as it comes. So we have 3 games left and we're 1 point from safety. Shit.